I'm muted. Yeah, there we go. Hello, everyone. I don't know how much of this I'm going to try and do on stream because I've been ill the last couple of days and my throat is not doing well. And also, I've been doing a lot of getting as far as trying to get into the game and then losing network access because there's a network test. So it's entirely possible I will keep jumping into this and not actually getting to do any gameplay. And if it seems that no gameplay happens, then I'll probably just go back to playing off stream so that I don't have to talk because I'm ill. Hey Gumba Master, hey Dave Muse. Yeah, you've been in and out of the menu screen a lot too, I see. Picklebee says, I had no idea this was a thing, the network test, I mean. Yeah, it was a... There were invites a couple of weeks ago you could apply, and if you got approved, this is the first 3-hour window in which it's playable. Lady Horatia says, I'm excited to see how Nightreign works. I don't know if a rogue-esque Souls game could work. Of what you've played, what do you think of it? What I've played is this title screen. The beta's been available for 23 minutes. I've played this title screen, I've run around the round table hold, changed my character, and then got booted back to the title screen. I think it's interesting that you have, like, pre-designed characters rather than building a build, you know, level by level as you would in the base game. That's as much as I've gleaned so far. Yeah. Okay, we're in. Am I gonna get to see anything? Okay, so I run to the table, commence expedition. Will I get into an expedition this time? While we wait to get into an expedition, here's the character select screen. I can show this off very briefly. The default one is the Wilder. They're like your jack of all trades. Guardian, slow, heavy-hitting, big defense. I'm trying the Duchess, who's like your sort of speedy, quick, stabby character. I think she can make all... She's got a cooldown every 7 seconds that she can make the last 1.5 seconds of damage replay, which is really cool. This is the Recluse. She's a mage. Seems like, matchmaking failed. The advice from people who played the press build of this earlier this week, at a preview event, was don't start with the Recluse. She's cool, but she's complicated. She's probably not a starter character. I'm guessing that the sort of rogue one is the Dex character. I know as much as you do right this second. That's about the longest I've been in the game. I was in the game long enough to explain to you the character choices as I understand them. So yes, be warned, this stream might just be a lot of me going in and out of this menu, because it is a network test. This is FromSoft's first time at doing a game with officially supported, like, true multiplayer. Like proper multiplayer. And their multiplayer has historically not been the greatest. So this build is largely here for them to test the network, not for me to have a good time playing the game. Yeah, my voice isn't doing great, so what I might do at some point is I might mute the mic, and even might just turn my face cam off. If we can get into a match, I might just do gameplay without much talking, just because of... Lady Horatia, I'll say this. Everything I've ever heard about FromSoft is that they cannot be forced to make a game they don't want to make. If they could be forced to develop a game they didn't want to develop, we'd have had a 60 FPS patch of Bloodborne by now. They will not be forced to make a thing they don't want to make. Have the Cooking Mama runs been going? I hold every first place record in Cooking Mama Cookstar again, currently. I'm back on the top of the leaderboards. Okay, I can talk about one other thing. I noticed one other thing. You no longer sprint by holding down the jump button. You now just click in the left stick like you would with other games. It's just a left stick sprint. If we get back into the round table hold, I'll run around again and see if anything else is different as best I can. Ooh, retrieving data from game server? Is that a good sign? Yeah, there might be other things that are different, but because this is a network test, I can't just hop into it offline to run around and fuck about. Come on. Come on, let me in. Oh, the USA stream is currently struggling too, so I reckon they're rebooting. Oh. Okay. Happy says, I'm ticked off. Got a seal with Planet Success Ruin on it, and my teammates completely dropped the ball before we got to a high enough level to use it. Well, you at least got into a match, Pat Peas. You've done better than me. This is the furthest I've got. Yeah, so you now sprint way faster. You do it by clicking in the left stick. Yeah, you move real speedy now. Can I? No, I'm not allowed to... Okay, I can drink my flasks. And we're out again. Double-headed King Ghidorah laser beam. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so you actually got into a match. And you were in that match long enough to, like, fail by being bad at it, not just because the server failed. Yeah, this is my fault for not being here dead on the minute when it became 11 AM. I didn't jump on straight at 11 because I was watching the new Severance episode, and I wanted to watch that before getting spoiled. So I was here at like 2 minutes past, and I'm like, oh, how could I have dared be so delayed? I got through once, but no others made it through, so was solo. I mean, honestly, at least that means you got to see it. I hear you get dropped in. The squad gets dropped in on Eagles. There are 5 segments of time. There's day and night 1 and 2, and then final boss. You don't level up specific stats. You just level up generally. That's about what I know. And don't play the spellcaster yet, because the spellcaster... Well, don't make that your first character, they're complicated. Is what I was told. Yeah, I hear there's no mana flasks. There's no flasks for restoring your MP. And that she has some complicated system involving, like, coloured elemental rings for getting magic back. I'm very curious about the character. I do want to get a run-in with that character today, but I want my first to be with a fairly standard character so I can get to grips with, like, the other mechanics at play. The Pappies, I would offer, if you're on PlayStation, to be like, hey, do you want to use a password, squad up? I don't think we want to complicate matchmaking any more than literally pair me with anyone. You gather 3 elemental ingredients to cook a spell. Okay. Output varies on the elements. Interesting. Yeah, if I could play this offline, I would be messing around with that character. I don't necessarily want my whole time in a run, in my first run, being working out the character. I want to work out the, like, game mechanics first. Maybe matchmaking would be easier with a password? Are you on PlayStation, Pat Bees? Because if so, we can try. If I can get into the roundtable hold so I can set a password. Tell me what to set the password as. I'll try setting the password. We'll see if we can squad up. Butts with no capitalization. Cool. If I can get into the roundtable hold, I'll set that as a password. Gives me a minute to keep an eye on work updates. I'm still going to make time to check out the Monster Hunter Wilds beta today as well. What time does that go live? Is that also available now? Oh, how I forgot how it is to try and do a network test. I did play the Yakuza demo yesterday. Didn't do it on stream. I played the Yakuza demo yesterday. It's fun. I had a way better time with the naval combat than I expected to. I wanna give that demo some more time soon. But I enjoyed what I played of it yesterday. Oh. Okay, I'm in. Gotta remember where to set a password. I will see if I can squad up with Pat Peas. Oh, where do I set a password for matchmaking? I thought I saw it earlier. Pat Peas, do you remember where to set a matchmaking password? From the Grace. Oh. Oh, here. Even though FromSoft may not have been forced to develop this, was this even a good idea regardless with how volatile the online live service space is? I mean, I like the idea of a thing like this. I don't think there's a lot of competition for this in the space. It's not like it's another live service shooter. Dr. Corbinus, thank you very much for the bits. I will do my best to think fast. It depends if I can matchmake with Pat Peas, but... Pat Peas, are you in the round table or are you still at the other menu? Oh. Oh, I'm back out. I was matchmaking, but I got booted again. We'll try one more time with the password, and if not, I'll go back to just random matchmaking. Well, I've at least tried to do this once today. So when are the next sessions? Today, there's like 2.5 hours still. Tomorrow, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. I just realised I put the word gameplay in the stream in the title for this stream. Could not really have been more wrong in how I titled this stream, could I? The game is playing us. We are being played. Let Me Solo Her is trying to stream the game at the moment. They cannot let you solo them. You are forced to be with other people. Oh, okay, Pat Peas, I'm in. I'm gonna try with the password one more time. I'm attempting to matchmake with bots. To go without. Well, I failed anyway, so I'll try random matchmaking again. If I get back in. I love network tests. I love being part of testing a network. You know, for the community. Stormp says, what's your server password? I can fight good, lol. We were trying with the password butts, B-U-T-T-S. It wasn't... We weren't having any luck. We're on PlayStation specifically. It's... I'm going to go back to trying without a password, just so that there's more chance of me getting randomly paired with someone. I might try doing the password again in the password again in a minute, but right now... it's not seeming like that's helping. Well, let's just randomly matchmake. Is there anything else to see in the round table? Oh! Oh, okay, sparring grounds. Oh, this is where I can try out my character. Okay. It's probably a server issue, right? Yeah, the whole point of this is it's a network test. The whole point of it is From Software going, everyone try and play the game at once and absolutely break our servers, and we will sit and try and work out how to make our servers not break. Like, the point of this is very much not for us to play the game, it is for them to get cool network data. Us maybe getting to play the game is a happy little side effect, if we're lucky. I'm not even going to try and start an expedition this time when I get in. I'm literally just going to go to the sparring grounds and fight the training dummy for a minute and work out my controls. I'm going to do some gameplay before I get kicked back out. If I can get back in. Let us in. I'm just going to get like one run in. If I can get in one run during the beta, that would be great. Yeah, I might, as I say, I might soon... I'm not feeling well, and my voice isn't great, so I might... We'll see. I'll give it another 15 minutes. If we can get into a match within 15 minutes, I'll do a match on stream. If not, I might go back to trying to get into a match while off stream. We'll see. Yes, I've spent most of the last 2 days off work ill. Not doing my best. But today was the day all the betas became active to play, and I was like, oh, I should try. Oh, let me in. Ooh, 10 years ago today, I got published on The Guardian saying, interviewing Peter Molyneux, "It's over, I will not speak to the press again." That was 10 years ago today. I was the top trending news story on Facebook. I got to tell my mum, I was like, you see that thing at the top of Facebook news? That's me. Hey, Sightless Combat, how are you doing? Ooh, okay. I am in. I'm not going to try and start an expedition straight away. I'm going to find the training grounds and at least experiment with the attacks. So, my passives. I can do Oh, I can do a very cool double dodge. With like a little backflip in. Triangle and L2. Restage. Okay, the cooldown is in the bottom left, so... Yes, this ability is the one where I can make the last 1.5 seconds of damage pop again. And then there's... Triangle and R2. I don't know what that finale does. I'm doing well. Am I enjoying this game? Well, it's a network test, and so far, the furthest I've got is the little room that you can run around in and test out your attacks, but anytime I actually try and get into the game, it goes, oops, no network, and I get kicked out, so... 50 minutes in, learning how to do a double dash is as close to playing this game as I've made it. Well, we'll try again. Let's try and matchmake. Come on, game, let me in. I promise I'll be good. Okay, I can't promise that. I'm bad at these games, but... I promise I'll play. Matchmaking failed. There we go. Well, you know what? I might try... If we get back in, I'll swap to the witch. I'll see how the witch works without trying to start an expedition. Shame there's no accessibility for gamers without sight beyond what I'm hearing, but it seems like there's more than usual, would you say? There's very little. I did have a look at the settings, and I've already forgotten what is there. I think there was some stuff to do with automated lock-on. But not... Yeah. I need to have a look. I need to see what there is. There are some quality of life changes. Things like, clicking the left stick to sprint being an option rather than having to hold down multiple buttons to sprint while jumping. Sprint being a toggle rather than a hold. There's a couple of nice, like, quality of life things, but very little that I think is gonna help with sightless playability. From what I can tell. Maybe I get into the main game and there actually is stuff, but from... Actually, one thing there is that I've not seen before is the ability to use a D-pad to select fast travel points on the map rather than needing to scroll an analog pointer to points on a map. That's something. Come on, let me in. Let me in. Cannot log into the game server. It's been temporarily disabled or is undergoing maintenance. There we go. Okay, they're trying to fix something on their end at the moment. Elden Ring, you've got 9 minutes to let me in if you want me to play while on stream. If we don't get in 9 minutes, I'm resting my voice and playing offline. Closest I can think of is Star Wars Outlaws navigator function. I've seen other games use D-pad for navigation of skill trees, which is similar, I suppose. Yeah, it reminds me of something like, what was the roguelike mode they added to The Last of Us Part 2? That I think had an option sort of like D-pad selecting to be like, which of the three... It's you either walked to places in a room to select, like, your mode or your loadout, or you could just use a D-pad to, like, hop directly between those locations. They've said to lock out as they're resetting the server. I sure am testing the network. Yeah, well, I am logged out. I'll close the thing, but it's one of those... It's not going to make any difference on my end what I'm doing at this point. Yeah. I'm aware others are having the same issue. No return, that was it. The feature you're thinking of is actually to redirect nav assist, not to teleport you places. That's it. It's been a while since I've played it. Yes, you can tell the navigation assist. Yeah, it's when you do the right stick click and it points you toward the thing. You can pivot which of them it navigates you toward. Yes, that's it. Dave Muse says, I suppose this was the point of the test, but still a bit disappointing. I mean, 100% it's the point of the test. The point of the test is we have a very small window of time that the new desirable game is playable, therefore everyone tries to play it at once. Therefore the server breaks, therefore we can... Like, this is not for us to get to play the game. This is 100% them using our eagerness to play the game as a way to make sure the game is actually playable at launch. Nightreign doesn't have a navigation assist, Nautical Menace. We were talking about The Last of Us Part 2. But that being sort of similar to, but not quite the same as Nightreign having D-pad selection for map locations to teleport between. Okay. 7 minutes. We'll give them 7 minutes. But again, I would rather the servers be broken today than when the game's actually out and people have paid money for it and can't log in. Sightless Combat says, there's an accessible Souls-like game jam happening soon from my understanding. There's that to be looked forward to while we wait for a full-scale game in the genre to work in accessibility. Yes, I'm aware of that game jam and I've got my eyes on it. It's not often I make games for game jams, but I do kind of want to try my hand at making something for that game jam. I've had some ideas and I want to try fucking around in an engine and seeing what I can do. At the very least, I'm paying attention to that game jam. I'm very interested to see what they've got going on. The problem now is the mainstream games media is going to say it was a disaster when actually this is what they kind of wanted to happen. I don't think so. These network tests happen all the time, and I don't remember a time that one of these network tests has ever resulted in, like, mainstream games journalism headlines being like, oh, it was a disaster. No, these happen all the time, and no one ever writes articles about the network test had network issues. I would like to believe my peers in the industry know enough to know this is the purpose of this kind of network test. Like, most Dark Souls, like Elden Ring had a network test like this, like regular Elden Ring, and it was very similar to this in terms of issues. Apparently only PSN is having trouble logging into the network test. Well, PSN is the platform I asked for code for and got given code for, so it's not like I can just hop to... I've got my PlayStation and PC here, but they made you ask for a code for a specific platform. I asked for PlayStation. PlayStation's the one I've got. Yeah, I want to be able to get back into the roundtable hold, because then I want to double check. I want to have a look through the settings, and be able to say for certain what there is in here that helps. But because I can't get into the roundtable hold, I can't look at the settings menu. Yeah. It won't let me just look at the settings menu from the main menu. Actually, I did record footage. You know what? Give me a sec. I recorded a video. I can mute. Bring over here. This one was the other video. This one. Okay. Here is what I saw in the settings. Waiting for it to load up. Okay, sorry, I'm watching a video in real time. Find it. toggle auto lock on, so you can alternate locking onto targets and locking onto a new target when you lose the lock on from the last target. That's good. There is... Oh, I paused my own video. That would be why it was going slowly. Precision, aiming, camera speed, camera auto rotation, camera auto wall recovery, cinematic effects, display blood, subtitles, turn the HUD on and off. Game guide, I don't know what that is and I can't check without being able to log in. Volume sliders for specific things. You can tweak the volume mix. Display player names and button remapping. Yeah, not much in the way of like manual, like tweakable settings. Without being able to log in, I wouldn't be able to double check things like the D-pad for getting around map fast travel locations. I'll give it another minute or two and then I might just have to give up for now. I might come back on later and do some Monster Hunter. I need to check when the Monster Hunter beta is playable. I think it's playable today. I've given it at least an hour of trying to play this on stream so that people can see it. Eurogamer also stuck unable to log in. Yeah, that sounds about right. Again, it's a network test. Network tests are like this. It's better that this happened during a network test than one of my favorite things I recorded was this was years ago when Street Fighter 6 came out. Me and Joe Parlock did a stream that was meant to be us playing Street Fighter 6, but it was having network issues at launch, so it became how long of a stream will we do without being able to get into a match? Like how long will the stream go without us getting into a match on launch day? That was a fun stream. Okay, when's the next batch of this? The next time this is happening is... the next one I'm going to be awake for is 7 PM to 10 PM tomorrow. I could maybe do a stream of this tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. How's about this? I'm gonna go head off, but if at some point in the next 2 hours I get into a run and the run starts happening, I'll start the stream again. I'll play on stream, but I won't restart the stream until I get into a game and start doing a match. We'll try that. I've given it the better part of an hour trying to get in. Thank you very much everyone for watching. I'm sorry that this impromptu stream was not terribly successful. I'm gonna go rest my voice for a bit because, as I said, I'm not feeling great, but I'll maybe be back in a bit.